Hello and welcome to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back at Oran Park, full course layout in the F4 on iRacing for another track guide. If you're new to my channel, all we do is a hot lap, a breakdown lap, and then we're back in the cockpit one final time with the driving line on. This is a tight little technical circuit. It's going to be a lot of fun to race this week. Right, let's start. Okay, hot lap. So, trying to get as close to the wall as possible on the right-hand side. Looking for the end of the green section of the wall. That's our turn in. I'm going to go flat up to the apex. I'm going to brake up to about 30%, get nice and wide. Brake harder for the second part of the turn, which is actually turn 2, down to second gear. Back over to the left-hand side, looking for these marshals on the left here. We're going to brake up to about 80%, 85%, all the way down to second gear. Quite slippy at the apex. Up to third gear, looking for these tyres on the left this time. Shorter braking zone, we only drop it down to third, getting on the gas nice and early. Going to do a big lift to about half at the bridge, build back up on the gas, nice wide exit, nice wide entry. Making full use of all of the track here, all of the rumble strips. Just keeping it in fourth gear there, cut the corner slightly, a little bit slippy on exit, as you can see. Really widening that track as best as possible. Final braking zone, all the way down to third gear. Don't hit the wall on exit. It's a lot of fun doing this. Laps in and across the line in a 102.898. This is, of course, using the fixed setup, and it's using 58% brake bias. Right, let's do the breakdown. Right, breakdown lap. So, first thing we're looking for is the end of this green wall on the right-hand side. Now, as we get there, we're going to start our turn in to turn 1, which is this first apex. So, as you can see, we're going flat. Now, just as we get to the apex, we're going to come off the gas, and we're only braking up to about 33% here. If you brake any more, you're just going to snatch a rear, and you're going to go backwards. So, we're just braking up to there just to start wiping that speed off. And what we're looking to do is aim to the outside of the track, and then we can straighten our wheel. So as you can see, I'm now towards the outside of the track. I've just straightened my wheel, and now my wheel's straight and my car is balanced. That's when I can start braking harder. Drop through the gears. I brake up to about, 75% there. Drop it down to fifth, down to fourth, and now I can start trailing it off as I get down to third and then down to second. You can get a little bit closer to that apex. I lost about a tenth through there just because I missed it. But as I say, the rest of the lap was okay. Back on the gas, up through the gears, and what we're looking for now is this little marshal's hut, where they're surrounded in a little cave and a little castle made of tyres on the left-hand side. So as we get there, we're going to brake up to about 85%, hardest braking point on the track, or it certainly was for me. Wipe that speed off and then trail it off, drop it down to third, drop it down to second. You can see I'm still trailing off as I get down to the apex. And then as I get to the apex, that's when I start building back up on the throttle. Can't go to full until I'm able to open my wheel up slightly. Next braking marker is these tyres on the left-hand side. Little clump of green tyres on the left-hand side. So as I get there, just braking up to 60%, leave it in third gear, and trail it off down to the apex, and then start building back up on the gas in third gear. Can't go up to full again until I unwind that wheel somewhat. This next one, we're in fourth gear, and as we get to the bridge, we're going to lift. We're on 100% gas now. We're going to lift down to, 30%, and then immediately start building back up. So we're just clipping that curbing on the right-hand side, building back up to 100% now. So we want a nice wide entry into 7. So we're going to start our turn in and our brake at the end of this sort of creamy beige coloured rumble strip on the left-hand side. So before we actually get to the red and yellow there, we're braking up to 40% and then immediately trailing it off. And then we're back on the gas in fourth gear. We're up to half gas as we're hitting the apex. Want to exit nice and wide here using all of the track available, so including the rumble strip. Back over to the right hand side, and this next turn 9 is probably one of the trickier ones on the track. So as we go into this little dip here, we brake up to 40%, trail it off, and now we're in fourth gear still, and we're looking to just build back up on the gas. So as we're clipping this and taking a nice tight entry into here, we're up to about half gas pedal. And then it's a case of just straightening her out, pinning your ears back as we go through here. And we're looking for the next braking zone, which is just as we're getting into this dip up ahead of us. So as we get there, we brake up to about 77%, as you saw there. So, fair amount of pressure on the brake. Trail it off, drop it down from 4th to 3rd. And then just as we get to this apex, we're starting to build back up on the gas. Again, I could have probably got a couple, half a car length closer over to the left-hand side. But it was a good lap, and I didn't want to mess up right then. And that's it, that's the breakdown. We have one final version coming up, which is full speed with the driving line on without me talking. Enjoy. As always, thanks for your continued support. I've been Sambo iRacing, and I'll see you guys in the week.